going on, everyone? Johnny Bright here, and today I want to talk to you guys about 5 reasons why intelligent people are single. Again, that's 5 reasons why intelligent people are single. So the first one I have is, a false first impression. So when somebody is about to meet someone, they always think like, make a good first impression. You know, you want to make a good first impression, right? Like that's kind of like what everybody says. That's like rule of thumb, right? But what people don't realize is that they put on this act, or they put on this show of the person they believe they need to be for this other person, not even knowing this other person. You guys know what I mean? So it's very, very obvious to the intelligent person that this person is not being who they really are. And so it takes about the second or third engagement in order for the intelligent person to really get a look inside of the core of this being, of this person, to really figure out, like, is this person who I met the first time? You know, I got this performance the first time, I got this the second time, this the third time, and by the third or fourth time, you can just like spot out if, you know, this is somebody who you would want to be with or continue dating based on the personality, I'm all over my words tonight, based on the personality that has showed up over a few times, you know. So yeah, that's a big one, you know, first impression. The next one is trust. People are hard to trust nowadays, man, because I think it's funny when you meet somebody for the first time and, you know, you hear their story, you hear their reasons why they are where they are today, and you begin to piece together, as an intelligent person, you begin to piece together that this person acts as if they are perfect. They act as if their past relationships were not their problems, and that the decisions that they made, they may have not been sound decisions, and they're kind of repetitive. And then, you know, we are habitual beings. Everything we do is naturally based off habit. So you end up taking a leap of faith if you decide to continue dating this person who made a good first impression and who, you know, tells you all these stories about their ex and, you know, why they're here, and, you know, so like it's hard to trust people nowadays simply for that fact, and that is because people like to think that nothing is never their fault. They never want to take blame for their own actions. So the third one that I have is conflict of interest. So very, very simple to explain this one. You look at somebody like the most successful people, like you look at Oprah Winfrey and the fact that she's accumulated so much success over her career, her lifetime. And that's because it's very hard to find a mate out there who is of interest of what you do, like genuinely, like they love what you do. Either they love what you do or they're going to compliment what you do. They're never going to pull you away from what you do. And that's typically what happens to a lot of folks. And I've seen it, like growing up for myself, I've seen it where somebody is so good at what they do, they love what they do, but the moment they get with somebody and then they started walking down that path with that person, they stop becoming the great person who they met in the beginning of the whole journey. You know what I mean? So like, I mean, every good man and or woman, successful good man and woman, there's always a mate there that actually lifts them up. It's not about changing the person once you meet them or after you started dating them. It's all about complimenting that person and figuring out how you can enhance the things that they're interested in. So the next thing is that people just simply don't want to get hurt. Like, this is the fourth one. People don't want to get hurt. You know, like, feelings are feelings, and we're emotional beings. You know, we're very emotional about things, and you know, I believe that people just don't want to get hurt. You know, so I mean, I don't know how else to really explain this one, but we all like to hold this guard up. Like we all like to put this fence up and not really talk about something or things that are really like meaningful to us. It's almost like I was reading this book, Contagious: Why Things Catch On by Jonah Berger, and he was saying that in the book he was saying that thoughts are private, but actions are public, right? So actions are public. Your actions, they're public, but your thoughts are private. So like if you were to ever meet somebody, they typically would only talk about stuff that's on the surface level. They would never really go too deep. They won't really express to you like, you know, what they're really thinking. Like people don't, they're not going to express to you what they're thinking, what they're feeling. They're always going to live on the surface. And so that's why, you know, people don't really put themselves out there to a point to where it's like you really get to know somebody in a conversation. Like if you just pay attention to it, a lot of people just talk about a lot of surface level shit, and it's just like so hilarious, you know. But this is also the reason why people do end up getting hurt, because of all the stuff that we've already talked about, you know, the first impression, you know, the trust and the interest and all that good stuff. But getting hurt has a lot to do with that, because you really have to be honest with people nowadays. And then, so let's move on to the last one, because I feel like I'm going on a rant about this one. So the last one is values. I have 5 core values that I live by. I didn't always have these values, you know, I'll be totally honest with you guys. I didn't always have these core values, but now I do. And looking back and connecting the dots to where I am now, I discovered that I have these values, and these are the values that I live by. However, there are a lot of folks out there who simply have not done what I've done, who have not taken the time to read. You know, it's almost like values, you know, like living by the books you read, the things you study, the person you want to become. Like those are like, you know, some of the values that I cherish for myself. But there are people out there who don't do that for their own selves. So it's very difficult to as for, you know, for an intelligent person, it's very important to notice these things, you know. And these are like some of the top reasons why intelligent people stay single or are single, is because, you know, of these reasons, you know. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I know it was a little different, but felt a lot more like human-like, right? So yeah, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, share this video with someone who you think would love to hear this talk. And until tomorrow, guys, I'll speak with you soon. Take care.